What's up and welcome to the channel. And today I'm setting fire to one of the biggest myths peddled by fresh-faced, tactical wannabes at the gun store, the lie that a beginner, or anyone who doesn't have the hand strength of a professional weightlifter, has to buy a micro-compact semi-auto pistol. If you, or maybe a parent or grandparent, are looking for a reliable home defense handgun, something simple, dependable, and that won't punish your hands every time you pull the trigger, then stick around. Forget complex manuals of arms. We're talking about wheelguns. Baby, these 5 revolvers are genuinely the senior citizen's secret, the absolute easiest to shoot options out there, designed for maximum reliability and minimum recoil discomfort. Hit that subscribe button right now, because your hands and your sanity are about to thank me. Have you ever walked into a gun store and felt the immediate suspicion that the guy behind the counter was selling you whatever made him the biggest commission? Usually some fantastic featherweight plastic that kicks like a mule. The first step in counteracting bad advice is embracing weight. And that brings us to the Smith Wesson model 686 plus 4-inch, which many experienced shooters and instructors recommend for beginners and home defense. This magnificent hunk of stainless steel flips the script on what most people assume makes a gun easy to shoot. Folks with less hand strength or with arthritis often struggle with the sharp, snappy recoil of tiny, lightweight carry pistols. The solution isn't to go lighter, it's to go heavier. The 686 Plus weighs about 39.2 ounces, and that mass is a built-in recoil dampener. More weight equals sign, less felt recoil and muzzle flip. The beauty here is chambering versatility. It's a .357 Magnum revolver that happily digests .38 Special. And that's the crucial point for new shooters. Spend your practice time with the cheaper, softer shooting .38s to build a clean sight picture and trigger press without developing a flinch. For home defense, many savvy shooters prefer .38 Special plus P because .357 Magnum can over-penetrate. Never a good outcome inside a house. Capacity matters too. The plus equals sign 7 rounds in the cylinder. Sure, a modern semi-auto might hold more, but most civilian self-defense incidents resolve in seconds and with fewer than 7 shots. And none of that capacity matters if you struggle to rack a slide under adrenaline. The biggest advantage, though, is simple reliability and operation. If you press the trigger and hear a click instead of a bang, you don't run a complex tap rack drill. You press again, and the cylinder rotates to a fresh round. That's why so many instructors steer true beginners and seniors toward revolvers. The 686 Plus is robust, accurate, easy to understand in DASA, and forgiving whether you baby it or forget it. Exactly what easy to shoot should mean for the non-expert home defender. And one more thing, the 4-inch barrel hits a sweet spot, long enough for usable sight radius and velocity, short enough to maneuver in hallways and keep on a nightstand without feeling like a boat oar. Practical, controllable, confidence building. That's the point. If the stainless steel behemoth 686 Plus sounds great, but you're done with S&W quirks, meet Big Red the Ruger GP100. It's the other half of the great American .357 Magnum debate and a heavy-duty home defense alternative that many shooters recommend. I include both the 686 and GP100 because revolver people are passionate, and some traditionalists dislike S&W's internal lock, worrying it could accidentally engage at the worst moment. If you want a workhorse built to eat thousands of rounds, the GP100 is your huckleberry. Its rugged construction is famous, making it one of the most durable revolvers on the market. Like the 686 Plus, the GP100 rides on a large, heavy frame, and for new or recoil-sensitive shooters, weight equals sign control. Heavier guns turn snap into a softer push, with .38 Special practice ammo. Widely regarded as forgiving and pleasant, recoil is extremely manageable for older shooters or those with weakened hands. Being able to train cheaply with 38 Special is a cornerstone of why these big revolvers are easier for beginners than subcompact semi-autos. We're also sticking with the 4-inch barrel sweet spot longer sight radius for accuracy without feeling cumbersome indoors. For home defense, concealment isn't the priority. Effective deployment and accuracy under stress are. If you're carrying OWB or staging a house gun, many instructors suggest 3 inches or more because it's easier to shoot well, chambered in .357 Magnum. The GP100 gives you the option of high-power defense rounds, while keeping the 38 Special training wheels for practice. Ruger even offers 7-round GP100Ss, for example, model hash 1771 delivering the capacity edge people love about the 686 Plus, without the internal lock. The DASA action lets you choose a smooth single-action press for precision or run double action for the simple, reliable operation many instructors prefer for defense. One more practical edge a revolver can fire when pressed into a target. Whereas many semi-autos get knocked out of battery, add it up, and the Ruger GP100 is a phenomenal bomb-proof option for anyone who wants simplicity, durability, controllability, and flexible ammo choices. All the reasons people keep arguing lovingly about 686 versus GP100, and all the reasons Big Red keeps earning a spot on the nightstand, ready for the secret high-end gun rags to gloss over while pushing massive calibers. Meet the sleeper, the .327 Federal Magnum. If you're petite or an older shooter battling recoil anticipation and weak hand strength, the Ruger LCRx in .327 Federal Magnum is a game-changer. The regular LCR in 38 Special is famously snappy thanks to its featherweight frame. The .327 version fixes that with caliber versatility instead of punishment. Here's the magic: a .327 Fed Mag revolver can run 4 calibers, 32S and W long, 32H and R Magnum, .327 Federal Magnum, and often 32S and W short depending on the model. For practice, load 32S and W, long or 32H and R. Magnum recoil near 22 LR's 22 Magnum. Yet enough penetration to matter. Translation: serious defensive platform with 22-like recoil for drills. Accessible, repeatable, confidence building. Small bore also means more rounds. Most J-frame sized 38/357 wheel guns hold 5, while the LCRx in .327 typically holds 6. That extra round is a real psychological boost when you're learning or carrying a small gun. And the trigger. The LCRx line is praised for a smooth, consistent DA pull. One of the best factory double actions out there. Smooth triggers tighten groups by reducing sight disruption. Choose the LCRx exposed hammer, and you also get single action capability for a lighter, more precise break. Ideal for building fundamentals at the range while still having DA for defense. For beginners, simplicity matters. A revolver avoids the tap rack bang gymnastics and stiff slide issues that can overwhelm new shooters under stress. With the .327 platform, you pair that simplicity with recoil tuning via ammo choice train, cheap and soft on 32S and W long, carry the capable 32H and R Magnum, or step up to .327 Federal Magnum when you want Magnum performance, still in a compact versus a controllable package. Bottom line, the Ruger LCRx in .327 Federal Magnum is a true unsung hero. 6-shot capacity, 4 caliber flexibility, excellent trigger, and manageable recoil that makes real practice possible. If easy to shoot is the mission, this is the sneaky caliber that actually delivers it. Stop right there, because I know exactly what some of you are thinking. My budget is tighter than a drum, and Specialty 38 Special ammo costs more than my truck payment. Nee. If that describes your financial reality, then this next piece of genius engineering is for you, the Charter Arms Pitbull 9mm, This revolver proves that you don't need fancy, proprietary, custom-made revolver cartridges to feel confident. You just need the cheapest, most plentiful centerfire handgun cartridge available, which is often 9mm Ruger ammunition. Now, revolvers typically hate rimless semi-auto cartridges because they can't eject them properly, but Charter Arms is smarter than your average bear. Man, this 5-shot snub nose is specifically built with a unique internal mechanism that lets you load that common 9mm ammo right into the cylinder without needing fussing with moon clips. That feature alone makes range time immensely more affordable, meaning you can actually afford to practice enough to become proficient. I'm telling you, consistency in training is critical, and picking a gun you can feed cheaply is the secret sauce for any beginner. While experts agree that the best 9mm defense loads are effective, the Pitbull's true superiority, especially for a new or senior shooter, lies in its simple operation. If your training is minimal, or your hands are shaking from adrenaline when you grab it off the nightstand, you don't want to be figuring out how to clear a jam or rack a stiff slide. You pull the trigger, and if the round goes click, you simply pull it again, and the cylinder rolls to the next round. It's pure, unfailing reliability, guaranteed to go bang. This simplicity is why many instructors strongly argue that the Revolver is the best choice for the average citizen who isn't committing to constant, high-level semi-auto training. And here is the kicker. Dude, the Pitbull. Being a revolver can be fired reliably even if you press the muzzle right up against an assailant, or even fire it from inside a pocket, which is a physical impossibility for most modern semi-autos that require the slide to be in battery. With an MSRP hovering around $465, this 9mm wheelgun offers a genuinely practical, robust, and awesome solution for home defense. Wait, you're telling me that buying multiple calibers means I have to blow my retirement savings on different practice ammunition? Nope, not if you grab the Taurus 692 multicaliber revolver. This thing is flat-out fun and solves the single biggest problem for high-volume practice, the cost of specialty ammo, Taurus, which has improved its quality control in recent years, built this workhorse specifically for versatility. It comes standard with 2 cylinders, one for .38 Special and .357 Magnum, and a second one specifically for 9mm Ruger. Why should a beginner or senior citizen care? Because 9mm Ruger ammo tends to be much more budget-friendly and widely loaded than .38 Special, making consistent training affordable. Practicing constantly is the most critical factor for self-defense, and the 692 lets you do that without breaking the bank. You can master your fundamentals with cheap 9mm, and then transition to potent .357 Magnum for home defense, or stick with softer shooting .38 Special loads. That's maximum flexibility. Man, the 692 is built on a strong 35-ounce stainless steel frame, and we all know weight absorbs recoil. It also boasts a ported barrel specifically engineered for improved recoil management and reduced muzzle rise. The ribbed rubber grips with finger grooves further help you maintain a tight hold, even if your hands get sweaty. Plus, reviewers often describe the factory trigger as decent, being smooth in double action and crisp in single action. And get this, it has a 7-round capacity, 7 shots of sheer reliability. If you get a misfire, you don't panic or try the complex semi-auto malfunction drill. You simply pull the trigger again, and the cylinder rotates to the next round. That simple manual of arms is paramount for beginners. The Revolver also solves the major semi-auto problem. It can be pressed right into an assailant and still function, where most semi-autos would be put out of battery. The 692 is accurate at defensive distances under 10 yards, and when using 9mm, it even includes moon clips to help extraction. It's just a great, versatile defensive tool. Dude. All right, y'all. We've covered 5 fantastic wheel guns that prove you don't need youth, Olympic hand strength, or a computer science degree to defend your castle. We've seen that weight dampens recoil 686 plus and GP100. Caliber versatility makes training easy Ruger, 327 LCRx and Taurus 692. And affordability means more practice. Pitbull 9mm. For beginners and seniors alike, the sheer, beautiful simplicity of the revolver often trumps the complexity of a semi-auto in a high-stress scenario. If you found a heavy frame revolver that works wonders for easy shooting, let me know down in the comments below. Man, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs an upgrade, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next one, and as always, hold them down.